It's more than just radio. And I am here. This is JIB Live on Hot 93.3. How you doing? It was a long break, wasn't it? I had a lot of fun. How I wish we had more weekends than weekdays. If it was from Mondays to Fridays were actually the weekend and you had to work for 2 days. I am still in that rest mode. I won't even lie. I just want to go back to bed and sleep. So I had a great day yesterday and throughout the Easter actually, and I did get to watch Game of Thrones episode 2 yesterday. I was dozing off, so I'm just going to watch it all over again and, try to get it, try to understand what's going on. I always say that there are two types of people in the world, those who watch Game of Thrones and those who don't. So where are you? Okay, it's good to be here. This is JIB Live. What we do is good music, great conversation. What are we going to do today? I will let you know all about that, but let's take the song and I'll be back. All right, it's JIB Live on Hot 93.3. You know what to do if you'd like to be part of the show. If you have anything to say, I guess most of the time you just have to listen. But it's 08180089933 on WhatsApp. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter as HotFM_Lagos, and we're also on Facebook as Hot FM Lagos. You can follow me on Instagram at Joy Bewaji. So I get a lot of messages, I get a lot of messages. I don't know what to do with them sometimes. So what I do is when I get all of these messages in my inbox, I try to put them in different segments, so I know that I can create shows for these segments. So I try to do that during the break to see what I could do with all the messages. Over 90 messages. It's like, I'm not a therapist. I am not a counselor. I just happen to be Joy and I have a show. But it's good. So I was able to get this. I was able to set up the segment for questions related to work and career. Alright, so I'm going to do that today. Some of the questions, I can't do everything, so I just took a bit of what you send me and I'm going to see what I can share. And because I'm not a counselor, my word is not exactly what you should take to the bank. It's just me sharing my opinion, and whatever it is you get from it, you could just use it. And if I have anyone listening and you're part of the show, you can also share your own advice or your own opinion regarding anything I share on the show. You can just send your message to 08180089933. So let's talk about career and some of the questions I get regarding work, ethics at work, and so many things regarding your career. The first one I'm going to talk about is, I got a message that says, do you think dating a colleague is a good idea? I actually think I've talked about this before. Have I? I can't remember, but it just sounds very familiar. Like it's something I have shared before, maybe not in this space. So do you think dating a colleague is a good idea? It was a very long message, but I had to just bring it out to that one sentence. So we're going to talk about that after the song. Do you think dating a colleague is a good idea? I have Simi next. So I asked a question, or a listener asked a question actually. Do you think dating a colleague is a good idea? And she was asking me, so I'm just going to give my opinion. If you want to share your own thoughts and opinion this beautiful Tuesday on the show, send me a WhatsApp message 08180089933. Do you think dating a colleague is a good idea? I don't think there's any problem. I'm so sure I've shared this before, but let's just carry on. I don't think there's any issues with that at all. I actually do think for creative space, I don't know about people in banking and all the serious industries and institutions, but for creative space, I actually think attraction helps you to be more attractive. Attraction helps you to be more effective and productive in the office. For creative people, that's my industry. We build ideas, we execute ideas, we create concepts, we write, we brainstorm. It's all. So I think you wouldn't want to go to an office where there's not even any kind of spark. It's not good for the creative energy. I feel like when there is, I'm not saying you should not carry it out. I don't know you're an adult, do whatever you want to do, but it's just good that you're attracted to somebody where you work. It just helps you. It helps your creativity. It helps me. It has helped me all my life. Like when I go to a place, if I walk somewhere and there is a sexual attraction somewhere, it helps my creativity better. I'm able to express myself better. I may not carry it out. Nothing might actually happen. I may not even talk to the person like that, but it's just good for my own creativity. It's more like a creative muse when, you know, that sexual energy is in the crowd, is in the air for me. I don't know about anybody else. So, but this question was asked, so they were asking me the question. They asked me the question. So if you're a creative person, yeah, you need, I work a lot with that kind of energy, the affection, attraction, especially when you can't do anything about it. I think it's just something very powerful with it that you can use to turn to a lot of good work as a creative person. So I don't have a problem with that. Now, dating the person is a different thing entirely. You have to know if the person is mature. There's so many babies, there's so many immature people just trolling and talking. They're always talking, so you don't want your business out there. So you don't go date a child that has no kind, and it has nothing to do with age. So if you think the person is mature, and it's so easy these days to know if someone is mature, just check the way they talk on social media. Check the way they diss people or their relationships, like the way they just like throw people under the bus because they've dated the person or slept with the person, especially if it's a guy who has, because he knows like he has privileges as a man in a society like this, and he just throws women under the bus. You don't think your own situation will be different. You're not going to be different. He's going to do exactly the same thing to you. So I don't have a problem with anyone dating in the office. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but just date the right kind of people, and just use the sexual energy in the air to do a lot of great work. I think we underestimate that. I think we underestimate the fact that I am attracted to this person, but there's nothing I can do about it. But that energy, I'm going to use it to be like a beast at my job. I think we underestimate that, and a lot of people don't explore that. I think we should explore that more. You can't sleep with everyone. You can't sleep with everybody you like, but you can use a lot of that energy to do great work. That's what I think. Okay, but if you think otherwise, or if you share my opinion, you could just send me a WhatsApp message 0818-008-9933. Let me know what you think. I'll be asking more questions after this. Leo Mix next. Okay, so yeah, it's still the show, GIB Live. I am Joyce Ibaji. I am taking questions on career questions that a lot of people send to me. I have another one here. What do I do if I want my boss to notice my brilliant ideas away from teamwork? Yeah, so I remember this one because she was like, okay, she's part of a team. They're like 15, and she brings up most of the ideas. She said like 70% of the ideas. I don't know how true that is. I'm just sharing what she said because it was really long. I just had to bring out the meat of it to share here. So she feels like she deserves some kind of accolades, but she feels the whole idea of a team makes it very hard for her to be personally recognized for the work she puts into the team. And she wants to know how she can, show the boss that, I'm not just a team person. I'm actually very brilliant. I can stand on my own. Let me see. What do I do if I want my boss to notice my brilliant ideas? Teamwork is, a lot of companies judge your best assets as a team player based on the fact that you can work with people. It's always a thing they always ask you, no matter how brilliant you are, can you work with other people? Because that is what an office is. It's not just about you. It's about so many other people, and they need to know, can you work with other people? Because you can't achieve a lot of things on your own. You need your team. Now, I do understand that when you don't put on all of that effort in your teamwork, there are times where you now need to project yourself because you want promotion. You want to grow personally. And how do you do that when you're part of a team? It's going to be really tough, but I feel like maybe when you have meetings, it has to be very intentional. It has to be very deliberate. Yes, it has to be very deliberate. When you are in a team and you have to make your presentation, maybe you should ask that, okay, maybe you want to be the one to make a presentation. Maybe when the boss is around and you people are having your meetings, maybe you have to bring out that's where you bring out your points more. Because the truth is, if you're 15 people in a team, you're always going to be, inside drowning in that. And there's nothing, that's what you do in a job. But how do you project yourself? I think it just has to be when you now have, because yes, you have to come together to do the teamwork, but when you now have your personal job to execute, maybe you do it so excellent that they take notice of you. You know, like you do your personal work in the office and it really brings you out. So yes, you spend 50% of your time with the teamwork and you spend 50% of your time doing the work you're called to do personally. Maybe through that, you can really shine. I just feel like there are always opportunities away from teamwork in an office that you can actually shine. So those opportunities where you stand alone in the office, I think you should take advantage of them and really show that I am actually very, very smart. Very, very smart. Okay. I think I'll share a personal experience on that, but let me take this song and I'll be back. Okay, it's JIB Live. Good music, great conversation. So I want to share regarding the second question I asked about brilliant. I want to share a personal experience. Now, people say things like, social media is not real and, you have to go and live your real life. I always say this, the digital experience is very real. Is for so many people, that is the only life they have. And there is nothing wrong with that. We should just stop trying to, everybody's online. Everybody's online, and it is the reality now. So whatever reality you thought, whatever you thought was real, things are changing. You have real life. People get married just from the internet. People get jobs from the internet. People make money legit money from the internet. People buy and sell on the internet. If you have that kind of community, what could possibly be realer than that? Okay. So when I take my Facebook very, very seriously. I share everything I want to share on my Facebook because that's my life. I'm an introvert and I don't go out a lot. I don't like people too much. So I like the virtual space. For me, it's the best thing that's ever happened to somebody like me. Okay. That actually, I really like my space and I do a lot of writing. So when I found myself in a company some time back, I had to work with a team and it was very hard to project myself because I just don't care. I'm just going to do my best and just, move on, especially when I earn well. I just give people opportunities and all. And, my boss didn't exactly rate me, like maybe he didn't really understand me. And I don't know how it happened, but somebody introduced him to my Facebook page. Oh my God. So he was like a 360 degree. And he was like, whoa, and we became friends and, I got a raise and just because of all of the thoughts, it's like, wow, your mind is like wow, this thing comes out from your mind, So these days, use the platform you have to project yourself, and people will find you. I mean, so there's so many companies I know, especially in the creative industry, where they don't even ask your CVs anymore. They just ask to know, give me your Facebook handle or your Instagram handle. They want to feel the way you think because these days, especially even abroad, people don't necessarily really care about how many degrees you pack anymore. They just want to feel, how do you think? How do you think? And the best place to know how people think is actually on social media. What opinions do they have about all the things that are trending? And then you'll be able to judge, is this person even smart at all or just a dumb person? So I think the best way to project yourself is through social media these days. You can't just jump out of a meeting in an office and like, I'm brilliant. No, people will find you out on social media and they will have an opinion about you. I have WhatsApp messages here. Hi Ify. Ify says, I want to advise the person who wants to work alone rather than as a team. See, in an office, teamwork is key. And I say this because most people who always want to be noticed for doing more are often annoying. You see, this intelligence and smart thingy, forget it. No matter where you are, you would be spotted out. Come and ask me how. I love behind the scene. As in, I am in my most comfortable skin at the background, but there's always that thing that people notice. I laugh at those who think they must do extra stunt to be noticed by bosses. See, just do you. After all, you have a team lead. Thank you, Ify. Thank you for that. That is powerful. I have Newton here. He says, hi, Joy. Well, about making yourself known in your team, I believe every teamwork comes with some presentation. Trust me, no matter how good your teammates are, your idea is your idea. They can never think in your shoes. For me, what I do is that during the presentation, I always allow others to speak first, then just come from the side as no one, but it always exposes me the way I speak about the presentation also, note that in teamwork, the task is to achieve the goal. So I always give just enough to achieve the goals, but make reservations for myself that I present. Whoa, see, different opinions. If you believe that, don't project yourself too much, keep your stunts at home, just flow with your team. And Newton believes there are so many ways you can come in to share your ideas. And I practically believe that. Why did I say practically? That was just not, it's not supposed to be in that. I believe, simple. I believe that there are so many other ways to project yourself without being annoying. You can find, people will find you on social media. So take advantage of the digital space to show how smart or how dumb you are. Okay. There's still more when I come back. All right, it's Hot 93.3's JIB Live. Joy Sibaji. I am taking your career questions that you sent to me. Okay, I have this one. I think we'll probably just spend the rest of the hour talking about this. It says, how do I stand out in an interview? Okay, so I've held so many interviews. I've probably interviewed so many people. Where I've worked, I always interview people, 50 people, 60 people, 30 people. So yeah, there are things that I think I want to share regarding interviews. First of all, so how do I stand out in an interview? First of all, research the company before you come. It's so silly that you would come for an interview and you don't know about the company, you don't know about the interviewer, you just don't know anything. You're just there and you don't know what they're doing. And Google is supposed to make our lives smarter. Take advantage of it. Find out about the company before you come for the interview so you can have interesting conversations with whoever is interviewing you. It's such an easy thing to do. It takes just one click on your phone. So find out about the company you want to work with so you can have rich conversation. And then dress right. Don't dress, just take care of yourself. Dress the way you want to be addressed. That is not a cliche. You have to dress right. People have to look at you and like what they see. Wear the right colors, the colors that make you comfortable. Dress right. And wear cologne or perfume. This is tropical Nigeria. It's sweat is real. It smells. Your skin and sweat, it smells. Take care of yourself. You have to smell right. And the bad thing about it, if you take a bus and all the sweat and all the, gum body inside the bus, and then you come into an office where there's AC, it will exaggerate your smell. And it's a turn off. It doesn't even, at that point, it doesn't matter how brilliant you are. Nobody's listening anymore. And these are real facts. I'm not even reading it from anywhere. It's just, no. Take care of yourself. If you come, if you're not driving, right? If you're taking a bus, when you come to the office of your interview, the first place you go to is the restroom. Go to the restroom and refresh yourself. Wash your hands, use the toilet, and use your cologne. Wear your perfume. And breathe, exhale, and then come a little fresher than you were a minute ago. It will help your interview. And then get there early. It's like, we all know there's traffic in Lagos or wherever you are going for the interview. Nigeria has bad roads and there's traffic everywhere. So if your interview is for 9 o'clock, leave your house by 6. I mean, you want this job, right? So yeah, I mean, that 1 hour sleep, you would sleep when you die. I'm sorry. I'm just joking. Like, that, rob yourself of that 1 hour sleep. You don't have to leave your house by 7. There is nowhere in the books of life where they say you must wake up by 6. You can wake up by 4 o'clock. You can wake up anytime. You are the one. You know what you want out of life, right? So you should know the sacrifices you are willing to give. Get up early and get there. It's better to get there 2 hours before the time than to get there 20 minutes after the time. I'll be sharing more on that after this. Okay. So we're still talking about how to stand out in an interview. So many people sent that question. I don't know. But yeah, I've interviewed so many people. Oh, Lord. My story is just... Anyway, so let me just continue. And also, show enthusiasm. Nigerians, you guys you don't understand you don't rate enthusiasm. It is very important you come with a lot of energy, light up the place. And when I say enthusiasm, I'm not saying coming and shouting like some Afro-pop musician. No, you come with corporate enthusiasm. Smile, be alive. Don't come here acting dead, and never ever come to an interview. Oh God, this one is very important. Never come to an interview with the mindset that you need them to help you. Nobody cares about you. I know it's hard, but that's it. Nobody cares about you except your mother and your siblings or whatever. You don't come with an interview with oh, please help me. Nobody wants to help you. They need somebody to help the company. That's how it works. You help the company and you get paid. It's a business, right? Don't come there acting all subservient and so submissive and all this Nigerian. No, come and tell us what you have to offer us. Like, this is what, no matter how rich, Bill Gates still needs help. Zuckerberg still needs help. Everyone needs help. We are all trying to connect in this small world. We are all trying to connect one way or the other. Because the truth is, no matter how rich you are, you can't do the plumbing yourself. You can't do the plumbing yourself. You're still gonna go call a plumber, right? And pay him whatever you need to pay him. We all need to connect, and we all need to connect with the value we bring. So go to that very beautiful office, not thinking of what they can give to you, but what you're going to give to that company. Come with a lot of energy and enthusiasm for the interview. And then learn to listen. You know, when you read a lot of comments on social media, you realize that people don't listen. So don't let that be your real life situation. Like, learn to listen when you are being interviewed. Listen to your interviewer. Don't just be so excited that you want to talk. Listen to what they have to say, because you need to know what they are saying eventually for a rich conversation to happen. Look them in the eye. This idea of looking at, I know we are not, the Nigerian child in quotes was not exactly, our upbringing doesn't teach us to be confident. They're always trying to smack down the child. But you just, no, forget how you were brought up. You have to come with a lot. Look at them in the eye. Look at your interviewer in the eye. Be confident. I don't care if it's only 5 naira that is in your account. It doesn't matter. We should just stop rating people based on money. Like, come with your confidence and your knowledge, because this is the knowledge that will eventually set you free. And sit up straight. People slouch a lot. You come to, oh Lord, I can't even go. This particular one drives me crazy. They come into your office for an interview and they put their hands on your table. They put their, just different things. They are slouching. They are actually rocking the chair they are sitting on. And you think these things are so elementary that people would know. They don't know. Don't rock the chair. Even if it's a swivel chair, don't swivel that chair. Don't put your hands on the table. It's just so elementary. Don't put your hands on the table. Don't slouch, and don't swivel the chair. Sit straight up. Put your hands by your corner. If you have a bag, put it on the floor. I don't care if it's LV. Just put that bag on the floor and have your interview. Probably won't take more than 30 minutes anyways. Nothing would happen to your bag and nothing will happen to your hands if they are not on the table. And sit straight. Okay. Okay, like I said, the most important thing is, what are you going to offer the company? It's not necessarily about you at that point. It's what you're going to offer the company. Eat before you get to your interview, because you don't know how long this thing can last, and you don't want to go to an interview hungry. Okay, so you got there by 7, the interview's for 8, but you know how these things are. The interviewer will probably be in a meeting till 1 o'clock. And you're still waiting for 5 hours. You're going to be very hungry. And it's not right, but you're the one looking for something, right? So, and you don't want to go eat because you don't know, maybe when you leave, the interview now starts, and the advantage of coming first or second would now not mean anything. And then you go there very hungry and angry. You don't need that. So put a snack in your bag and always predict that this might take longer than is expected. And if you can't wait, then tell whoever is in charge that, I'm so sorry, I have another appointment by 2 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. Just don't disappear. If you can't wait, it's human. You can't wait because they said so time and they're not there. So yeah, but don't get into that place hungry. And lastly, ask brilliant questions. Ask brilliant questions when it's time to ask. And that's why you need to listen. It is a cycle, this thing. So you have to ask brilliant questions about, they need to see how enthusiastic you are about the company and what you want to learn about the company. So don't ask cliche questions. Whatever cliche you have to ask, find it on the internet about the company. Ask brilliant questions that it has to come from the people involved in the company. Alright? And I'll leave you with this. Lastly, don't go saying you smell nice. Just in case the person is not just the kind of person that likes that kind of compliment. I said this when it happened, the whole Taiwo thing happened. I don't have a problem with that. Maybe because it's a creative space. People come to my interviews, they want to take selfies after the interview. Yeah, because a lot of them probably come from social media that they know me. Some people say, oh, you're so pretty. I like your skin. I don't take offense to any of these things. It doesn't mean you're going to get the job. Especially younger men. They do that a lot. They just compliment older women. I'm like, look at this one. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, you will still not get the job if you're not good, so I don't take offense to that, but we're all in different industries. Creative industry is very flexible, and a lot of things, can just go without, I can't go on and on, but that's the bottom line, right? Maybe you shouldn't use the word you smell nice because you don't know exactly how the person would feel. Right? Okay. That's the show. I'll be here tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's GIB Live. Bye.